Are you a glam girl and need to go on are you a glam girly but are really on a tight budget? Well, today we're talking about LA Colors and how I put this base together with this LA Colors makeup for under $5. So if you want to see it, stay tuned. Welcome to The Beauty Story. My name is Amanda Hall. I'm 55 years old. I have extremely dry skin. I have lots of fine lines and wrinkles. I have a cool olive undertone and I have deep set eyes with a little bit of hooding going on one of them. So I wanted to just chat with you for a minute or two before I start playing with today's makeup. And I wanted to share with you why I come on here and do this. And truly it is about you. This actually scares me to death to get on for my daily beauty stories, for my daily style stories, and some new features that are coming. It really does scare me. And the reason I do it is because I have a passion to inspire women to have fun, to discover who they are, and to lean into that. I am a girl who likes to be glam with her makeup, can tend to be a little more classic with a little hint of rock and roll and sometimes some glam with her style. And I just want to inspire you to not be afraid to play with makeup, to not be afraid to play with your style. We get pigeonholed at a certain age to dress a certain way, to wear our makeup a certain way. And I want to encourage you and absolutely 100% inspire you that you don't have to fit into a box. We are meant to be set apart. We are meant to stand out. We are meant to be the beautiful, wonderful women that God created. And so I just wanted to share that with you because it does mean the world to me that you actually have time in your day and you spend it with me. I am honored. I am humbled. And I just wanted to share that with you because it's important to me that you know that I do care about you. And I want you to shine and sparkle and be confident in who you are, no matter lots of fine lines and wrinkles, no matter your height, your size, to be encouraged and to be inspired to be who you are. Let what is on the outside speak volumes about who you are on the inside, and not to hide behind clothing or makeup, but to let who you are truly shine through. So there's my little thing that I wanted to share with you today. So let's now get to the makeup. So I decided that for this beauty story, we are going to try LA Colors. They are a really inexpensive brand at the drugstore. And I think you find LA Colors mostly at the Dollar Tree, but my Walmart tends to carry a pretty decent size little end cap of LA Colors. And so I picked up some products. The only thing I didn't grab was an eyeshadow palette. They didn't have anything that they were kind of limited in stock. So we're going to try this matte foundation. We're going to try some concealer, and I'm going to use this concealer as a contour, so that's bronzer. They do have a blush, so we're going to try that. I've got an eyebrow to try. I've got some mascara to try. I've got a lip combination to try. I am going to be using a NYX lip pencil. So that'll be the only different product that I use today. And then I'm going to use, this is so random, you guys, this Colourpop Bratz palette. This is a newer-ish launch. And so I figured, you know what, it has some fun purple colors in it. So I thought I would give it a try, and we will play with that today. So let's create the beauty story. So we're kind of gonna wing it a little bit today when it comes to the eyes, depending on how the eye look turns out, whether we're gonna add false lashes or not, or what this mascara might look like after one application. So we're kind of gonna wing that process a little bit. But we're gonna start off with my normal concealer. And just so you know, the chapter stamps will be listed below. So if you just wanna see one thing in action, then please, it's all listed down below. The products will be listed down below as well, as much as I can link from Walmart. And let's talk about this concealer. So this is Conceal It Cover and Correct Concealer. I got the color beige. I have a lighter color that I picked up. You can see there. But I chose to go with a little bit darker color today. And so this is CC573 beige. It doesn't really have any claims on it. I didn't expect it to be. It is a brush tip, as you can see. And so these are obviously not my favorite type of applications, just because they can be a little more challenging. So I just squeezed up some product. Go ahead and put this underneath the eye. Oh, I probably could have used the lighter one, but this one does match my skin tone. Oops, a little bit too much there. Okay. We're gonna blend this in with my Nikki LaRose N16 brush. Love this for concealer. Just does such a really beautiful job of working with my concealer. And I've shared this before, but I'm trying to avoid going too far out here because of all my really fine lines and wrinkles around my eyes. I figure the less product I can put out there, the better. If I don't, make it look a little less cakey when it gets to the outside there. So I've been really trying to just keep my concealer really on this 2/3 of my under eye, just because I find that when it migrates further, it starts to look heavier and cakier on my on the outside of my eyes. Not that they don't get cakey underneath my eyes if I don't have the right concealer. So that went on pretty creamy. This color is probably just a little bit too dark for me. I do like a brightener, so maybe during my daily beauty stories, I'll try the lighter one if this is a formula. I mean, this went on pretty creamy. It looks hydrating. We'll reserve the right. I think it is a little too dark for me. Okay, so now let's play with this foundation. And this is the LA Colors Truly Matte Long Wearing High Pigment Foundation. Now, I'm not usually really a matte girl, except that soft matte that just came out from Maybelline. That is amazing. Oops, spoiler alert. Month end is coming where I do my month end reviews of all the makeup I've tried this month. So, oops, a little bit of a spoiler alert there. Does it have really any claims? No, this is CLM356 Sand. This seemed like the best color match. They didn't have a lot of selection when it came to the colors. I want to say there was like 8 or 9 bottles. And this one seemed to be the closest. Now, this is a plastic bottle, but I mean, really, Maybelline, L'Oreal, when it comes to your skin tint, really, you can't put a little pump on it. I think this foundation was under $5. Like, come on now. So let's give this a pump. Oh, well, okay, so it is pretty thick in its texture. Come on. Okay, so there it is, blended out a little bit. It's going to be pretty, looks like it's probably going to be pretty orange for my undertone. Yeah, these eyes are looking really dark and they're starting to oxidize down a little bit. So let's just get this put on and okay. I mean, it is a little bit on the orange side. I mean, it might not just be the right color, but let's put it on this side of the face so you can see. And then you can see the coverage. So I have it on this side. I don't have it yet on this side. I mean, the color is off a bit. We'll have to see how this dries down, but I'm not feeling too terribly mad about this. Let's see. I definitely needed to do a different shade on the eyes. So I think we can hopefully redeem this a little bit with the blush and try to blend it down my neck too, so we get a little bit of a more cohesive blend. And I've also been trying to stay away or using less product around my lips and chin area, since that is another place that I have a lot of more deeper wrinkling, and so I try to keep a lot of product away from that. So usually do after I've done my full face and then I kind of like fill in that area, trying to get it as blended as possible without using too much product. So what do you think? If you have an undertone that can deal with these warmer colors, this is not bad. It's not feeling super drying yet. We'll see how that goes throughout the rest of the video, and when I go to get ready and give you my final thoughts on everything, at least my final thoughts on my first impressions, I'll tell you a little bit more about how the foundation is feeling, but it's not feeling too bad right now. So we'll see. We'll see how that goes. I'm not terribly upset with that. Not digging the under eye though. I will say that. I should have gone with the lighter color. Okay, let's use this concealer as, I thought this was a really nice color. At least it looks cooler in the bottle. And so I figured, oh, okay, well, I'll try that as a bronzer contour. Let's see here. So this is CC578 Cocoa. And this is their Conceal It concealer. So they do have, I want to say there was like maybe 12 colors of this. Again, it's this brush tip applicator. So I'll put this on the back of my hand. Okay. Wow. That's the color. Let's see here. I'm just actually going to squeeze this onto the back of my hand, put a little bit there. We're just going to go with that instead of going directly on, and then use my Sigma brush, my kabuki brush, and we'll just blend it into my hand and then go ahead and put it on. I'm definitely going to have a very bronzed looking face. Okay, Wow. That actually is a really pretty bronzer color that is not, I don't feel it's too orange, which is hard to find when you're working with, you know, these kind of products. As cooler toned undertones have a harder time because they tend to make them for more warmer toned skin. But wow, I have to say, that color is not terrible. Let's see if I can blend it in a little better up here. I mean, I'm looking a little on the I'm looking a little on the orange side, but I think that bronzer may have helped a little bit to tame that down. Again, I'm under really bright studio lights, so it can look a little bit different to me than it does when it comes out on video. So let's see now, let's go into the blush. I didn't pick up any highlighter. I don't remember seeing any highlighter. If it was a powder highlighter, and I just didn't interest me or spark my attention. So this is the blush up cheek and lip cream. I'm only going to be using this as a blush because we do have a lipstick to try. This is in the color CBL 546 Marvelous. I hope it's marvelous. I'm always good to try. I think they had like 3 or 4 colors of blush. Not a huge range. Oh, interesting. Okay, so this is more like a lip gloss. I'm not even pressing on it, and you can see how it's coming out. So this is definitely more like a lip gloss application. So I'm just gonna squeeze a little bit on the, little bit on the back of my hand. Oh, this definitely has a more peachy undertone, which, you know, I tend to expect with, so there's the color. It looks like it's gonna blend out. It's gonna fade a little bit. But let's see here. My blush brush. And I'm just gonna, oof. It's very, very liquidy. I'm trying to blend this out on my hand before I put it on my face. I put out way too much product. Okay. Yeah. That color's not terrible. It does come out pretty pink. I was worried it was going to be a little too corally, but I actually like this color. Ooh. Yeah, I'm not sure about the base. Not sure about the foundation. The color is probably just a little bit too off for me. I mean, it is oxidizing down a little bit darker, but you can see how much blush I have left on my hand. You just need a little tiny bit. That actually turned out to be a really pretty color. I like that. Not bad. Okay, so far, except for the under eyes being, should have gone with the lighter color. It's not looking terrible for what it is. You know, most of the time you can buy LA colors at the Dollar Tree, which means they're $1.25, which means it's pretty inexpensive to pick these things up. So now let's go into the brow. And I just picked up this little brow pencil in the color medium. It seemed to be the coolest tone eyebrow pencil, and then their brow gel. Laminate, the Lamy Effect brow gel. So let's see here. Take this out. You know, it's pretty small. Let's go ahead and like break the wax on this and see if we can get it. Okay, there's the color. It shouldn't be too bad for me. All right, let's give this a try. I mean, it is a very firm pencil, so it's not going to be super creamy. All right. So far, it's okay. You know, it's gonna definitely be more for like a drawing in. It's not gonna give you, you know, those brush strokes. I might try this with during the week with one of my pens and see how this looks with adding a little bit of hair stroke. But I really actually like the color of this. And I struggle, especially with these type of brands, with them being way too warm toned. So that's why I stick with my NYX and even the Milani, but even the Milani is a little bit too dark for me. But that's why I, you know, really always seem to go back to the NYX, because the colors that they have, at least the ones that work for me, are cool in tone, and I feel like they give me a nice eyebrow color. So I am definitely liking this color though. Huh. Not too bad. Go ahead and just get these a little brush through. They're not going to be super dynamic without using the pen to give it a little more dimension and life, which is why I've been using the pen with my pencil, is to kind of just make it a little more dimensional on my eyebrows since I don't have a lot of them. So let's use these Browy Wowie Laminate Effect Brow Gel. Oh goodness. They make these a little harder to get open. There we go. Okay. All right. Let's see here. Okay. I like that it has the little brush on it. Because of my smaller eyebrows, I like that it has the smaller tip brush. Why do these products never feel like there's much in them? Okay, that is definitely feels wet. Let's do a little press down. Not bad. We'll see how it holds. But it's going on very similar to the Maybelline Super Lock, to the NYX glue, the brow glue that they have that I really like. Those are kind of two of my favorite gels that I like. I really like the Milani Wax. That's really good too. But not bad. Okay, so it's not terrible so far. You never know with these more inexpensive brands on how this is actually going to turn out. So let's move on to the eyes. We are going to try this Colourpop Bratz collaboration. And it looks like it's going to be a really pretty story. Sometimes with Colourpop, they do these more younger collaborations because they tend to have a younger audience, but their shadows are by far the most palettes that I own. They are just such great eyeshadow formulas. And I find all their formulas are amazing. The Super Shock shadows are fantastic. Their mattes blend really well. So I really do love Colourpop and their eyeshadows. It just, some of their collaborations are very on the young side for us older gals. I mean, my daughter remembers the Bratz, and my daughter is almost 34, so. Oh, wow, pretty. Look at this. Now, sometimes I look at color stories, but wow, look how pretty that is. It'd be interesting to see how these colors, how we can play with these colors. I'll try to use this palette during the week and see how many looks we can create with this. So I'm excited to try this. Of course, I think today I am actually going to do a more neutral eye. I think the outfit I'm wearing is a little more neutral. And so we're going to go with something a little more neutral. So let's see here. I'm going to start. Ooh, they really don't have the best crease. But let's do this. I'm going to start with Dump Him, which is this one up here. And then we'll move into Platform Heels. And then maybe we'll darken it up with Tonight's the Night, which is this darker one. And then maybe we'll go on the lid with Mini Skirt. And then maybe we'll do this gold Super Shock, probably Shadow, and Sasha. So that's kind of my plan. We'll see how that works out as we go here. But this Dump Him does definitely look a little bit on the warmer side. So some of these have a lot of kick up, but it's worth it for the way that they blend. I mean, look at that. That is just one little tap into that shadow. Like, really? That's just amazing to me. Now, I say that this is like a crease color because of my deep set eyes. I do tend to have a lot more real estate up here. So what traditionally would be used as a crease color, I use more like on my brow bone. And then I usually go in a little deeper in the crease. And so we shall go that way. But oh my goodness, look at that. That's pretty. I'm not mad at the warmness of it though. Okay, so now we're gonna go in with Platform Heels, which is this kind of grayish, grayy beige color. Now that one didn't have as much kick up as the other one did. And we're gonna use this kind of where my crease would be. Oh, that's a pretty color. We're just gonna bring this down on the lid a little bit here. That's pretty. Oh, I like that. Sometimes these palettes surprise you. You know, you're expecting, you see some of these colors in here and you go, oh, you know, that's not my thing. But these are actually really pretty. Look like, it never seems to fail that I just go smoky. That's just my go-to. I just don't do anything light when it comes to the eyes. Not very often, at least. Just how I roll. I like it to be a little bit on the glammier side, to try to get this a little bit more blended, thanks to one of you guys who offers, I don't mind taking constructive criticism. So we'll see if we can give this, I'm just gonna go back in my first one and give this a little bit better of a blend See if we can just make this look a little more cohesive. I'm always open to ideas if you guys want to see something. Now I mostly do drugstore, but I will go out and get a high-end palette if the color story inspires me. So if there's something that you want to see, you want me to try something, go ahead and leave it down in the comments. I'm always game to try new things, new types of products. If you have found something that has really worked for you and you think that it might really work for me, I would love to hear your suggestions. All right, let's go into tonight's the night. This darker. We're going to deepen up this outer corner just very gently. We're going to go kind of later. Sometimes these things are so pigmented that you just don't want to get too carried away. I mean, that was just one little tiny tap into the shadow. Wow. That is why I love Colourpop so much, is they are just such great shadows. And I know these color stories, these brighter color stories can be a little more intimidating, or these younger type of palettes, but I'm telling you, it never ceases to amaze me how good their eyeshadow palettes are. But I don't try to buy every single release because they do a lot of releases. I do just try to get the color stories that really go with the kind of eyes I like to do, which is this more smoky, purple, even the darker neutral colors. Like this look today is this darker neutral, well, neutral-ish. All right, so now let's go in with mini skirt. We're gonna go with this one on the lid. We'll see how this looks. It just definitely, oh, look how dark that is. Oh my goodness. Wow, I wasn't expecting that. We are going smoky. Wow, I thought that would come out a lot lighter. Wow, that really surprised me. Wow. Take a little bit of this off on here. Wow. Yeah, that was a lot darker than I expected it to be. Not terrible though. I mean, it's a great, that is a pretty color as well. Wow. Okay. So let's see here. Before we go onto the lid with the gold, I think I'm going to go into, I believe that says That Girl, this one right here, and do the inner corner and the brow bone. Get up here in the brow bone with that. And I mean, really, the brow highlight is what more this is than the brow bone, just to give that arch a little bit of a highlight. That's pretty color. Pretty subtle. Oh, well, maybe not. Under these bright lights, it looks a little subtle, but getting it down here on the inner corner, wow. Okay. I am gonna go on the lower lash line. I just wanted to see what I needed to do for the lower lash to sometimes I just go for it. Sometimes I let kind of the look dictate what I want to do. I think we're gonna go in with, actually, I think I'm gonna go into mini skirt underneath the lower lash line. So I'm going to switch off my more pointy brush that I used on my outer corner. I love this thing, especially if you have minimal brushes. Now I don't have minimal brushes. I just only have one of these, which I probably need to order more. So let's go in with mini skirt underneath the eye. I think this look is going to require lashes. So we will be using the ones that I've used the last couple days, which are the Kiss ones. So there's lower lash line and mini skirt. Okay. We are going to go into Sasha. And we are going to put this on kind of the center to brighten up the center. I'm going to use my pinky finger to go in. Oh yeah, this is definitely their Super Shock formula. Oh, okay, well maybe I'm going to go all over the lid. This is the great thing about doing these, is that you just never know the direction sometimes it's going to go in. I mean, I have a plan, but you just never know. You just never know. That's pretty. And the nice thing about these Super Shock shadows is you really don't need to use a glitter glue with them. I mean, you could, but you really don't need to, because there is very minimal fallout during the day from these Super Shock shadows. One of my favorite colors that they have is called Frog, and it is a beautiful pink, and it's just stunning. It's good. And just a little bit, oh, nothing like a glam eye. But it is a very neutral, smoky look. It's not the purples that I normally gravitate towards, which we will probably see, because that's the reason I picked up this palette. But the blendability, the pigmentation, I mean, just amazing. Just amazing. Just look at that. I am so fun. Yes. Okay, dokie. Now let's go ahead and give my lashes a curl. And I just continue to keep liking this Japanesque lash curler. I just think it works with my eye shape because it's not quite as curved. Like, I tried the new Real Techniques ones. I've tried most of the drugstore lash curlers. And this one just seems to be the one that works best for me. Okay, so now that we got a little curl on that, let's go ahead and open up this LA Colors Volume Mascara. It's a buildable volume, fanned out lashes, smudge proof, no clump. This is in the color Extreme Black. It's a silicone brush, which is the kind of brushes that I like. That's why I picked up this particular. They had a couple of them, a couple different kinds. And so this is why I picked this up. Buildable volume with each stroke, specially formulated to help thicken lashes with no smearing, smudging, or clumping. Apply 1 to 2 coats as desired. Begin at the base of the lashes to the tip. Use tapered tip for lower lashes. So, okie dokie, let's see. There we go. Okay, so there's the brush. And since we are doing falsies, we're not gonna we'll just do one application. When I do my false lashes, I put on 1 coat of mascara so that I can blend my natural lashes in with the false lashes. So usually just do 1 coat so that I can do a better job of that. This might be a good mascara just for that purpose. It's not giving me a ton of really color payoff or volume, but it'll serve its purpose, but I'll let you see. I like it to be a little more dramatic when it comes to my mascara, especially, you know, if I'm doing a more, well, most of my looks are glam and I'm not doing a false lash. I like my mascara to be, hello. So I'd love to know, when you put on your mascara, do you open your mouth? or when you're in a thought process of putting on your makeup, do you open your mouth? I like am consciously trying to keep my mouth closed when I'm doing this. But I really have to think about it. If I don't think about it, it's just natural for me to open my mouth while I'm doing this, which I don't know what that is. It must be some sort of muscular thing. If anybody knows why you do that, maybe I'll have to look that up. Why we do that. All right, oops, got to do the bottom lashes. Yeah, definitely not liking this darker color of concealer under the eyes. I'll definitely have to try the lighter one to see how it works. It is looking a little more cakey than I'd like. But then again, it's because it's a color that I'm not really liking, so probably being more critical of it. But it does look a little more cakey underneath the eyes. But it doesn't seem like it's extremely creasing, especially with me who has, I have crepey under eyes as well as lots of fine lines under my eyes. And so okay, so that is just one coat of the mascara. Not terrible, not spectacular. I like spectacular. All right, we're just gonna use my lash liner glue in black. We're just gonna go on with these pixie lashes that I've been wearing the last couple days. I usually like to try to get a few wears out of the lashes. I did pick up a few styles, so we're going to be playing with some more false lash styles, and they're all mostly pretty bold because I do like bold eyes, and so we'll go with bold lashes. All right, so that's the lash liner. Let's do this lash glue. And I'm using this Ulta Beauty lash applicator to place them and get them on. It just seems to be the perfect applicator for me. And it's not, I know you guys, a lot of you guys cringed when I would use my tweezers to put these on. But this lash applicator works perfectly for me to put on my lashes. So there's one. I just love how easy it is with this liner glue. And again, this glue does come in clear. If you want to do a clear, I just use black because it just helps blend in the band, at least in my opinion. And I like the liner glue because it does make the process go faster. And this Kiss liner glue is just the best. It lasts all day. It holds my lashes in. And it doesn't really feel like, it doesn't weigh them down. So this is actually my third wear with these lashes. And one of the things I do to help maintain lashes like this for multiple wears is I work on getting the glue off, because the glue will build up on the band, especially, you know, these darker glues. And even the regular glue you would use, even if you were using a brush on glue, they tend to build up in the lash band. And so I go ahead and just make sure that it is cleared, so that it makes it a little bit easier to get multiple uses out of these lashes, and makes it worth the, you know, anywhere from $12 to $15 investment for 4 to 5 lashes, sets of lashes. You can get a pretty long-term wear out of them if you do that. Okay, so there are the pixie lashes. Now to kind of just blend that line together, I'm going to use the Revlon lash liner or eyeliner and serum. I find that this is really nice. I like that it does a really fine line. So I just don't, I've been really liking it. I just am not I'm not like, I don't love it like I love my Master Precise. But I want to keep playing with it and give it a fair shot. Because I did like how fine the tip was for doing like these inner corners. And if you like to, you know, be a little more fine in your line around that area, this seems to have a really nice brush on it. So there we go. All right, now I think I'm gonna be okay with that. All right, let's put on some lips. Now I picked up, let's see here. I have the NYX lip pencil in Prune. I have the LA Colors. This is in Rum Raisin, and this is one of their creamier ones, so I didn't pick up a matte one. I needed something that was a little creamier. And then I picked up the Holographic Iridescent Lip Gloss. You know me, I gotta have sparkle on my lips as well. So let's give this Prune. I really liked this color. It was really pretty. It's more berry in tone, which I like. And I find that this one doesn't totally migrate outside my lines. It depends on how emollient the maybe gloss or lip that I put on. If I'm using a really emollient lipstick or a lip gloss or a lip oil, I find that it migrates, just because it is such a you know, the formula of the lipstick or lip gloss is emollient. Otherwise, I haven't had these migrate outside my fine lines and wrinkles in my lips. And I've been doing this shading lately. I feel like it just gives my lips another dimension, which is always nice. I maybe should have done a more neutral lip, but what the heck. Should have done a little more neutral lip with this look, but oh well. This is the color picked up, so this is the color we're going with. Okay, so rum raisin. Ooh, this looks so pretty. Huh. It feels creamy. I like a creamy lipstick. I mean, my favorite by far are the e.l.f. O Face. Those are amazing. But this is nice too. I think this is like $2, $1.98. Not too bad. Okay, so we're going to use the holographic lip gloss in, what color did I pick up? Glazed Donut. This looks pretty. I think I've had these iridescent ones before. I might have decluttered them. I don't remember. It's been a while. I did a massive, massive declutter when I went to California. Oh. Wow, look at that. That adds some sparkle. Ooh, I like that. Oh, glazed donut. Wow. Now that is some glimmer. Ooh. Okay. LA Colors with this holographic lip. Holy cow, look at that. Okay, so I am gonna go do my hair. I'm gonna get dressed and I will give you my first impressions on all these LA Colors products. And so I will be right back. I'm back. Hair's done, all dressed for the day, and let's talk about these products. Let's start off with the concealer. I'm gonna reserve the right to maybe like this. I just am gonna use the lighter color next time. As you can see, it is settling just a little bit, but I'm not mad at the way it looks. I just am not really excited about the color, and so hopefully the lighter color will work. Look for those in the daily beauty stories coming up. So we'll see. I'm gonna play with this some more and see how I really do like it or don't like it. Let's talk about the foundation. It does, because it is matte, it does look a little more cakey. I am going to continue to play with this because I will be honest with you, I'm not mad at the color that this is. It has oxidized down a little bit, not quite so orange. I don't feel so Oompa Loompa as I was at the beginning of the try on of this foundation. I think the bronzer and blush and putting all that on helps. But I'm gonna try this with a sponge, even though that's not my preferred method. I'm gonna try it with a sponge. So keep looking for this on the daily beauty stories because we are going to play with all of these products. I actually really liked the color of this. I probably used a little bit too much, so I'll go a little bit lighter the next time, but definitely am going to keep playing. And so far, I really do like the way that bronzer contour, which is actually a concealer, turned out. I will say I'm pretty impressed with the blush. I don't know that I will try it on the lips, but it does give a very pretty color. So we'll keep playing. The brows are a bit of a, you know, I feel like they'll hold up okay. I do want to get a little more dimension with a brow pen. So I would just say these are nice, not spectacular. If you're really balling on a budget, this might work. If you're similar skin tone or hair color to me, this is okay. I'll have to keep playing with it some more and see if it really does hold. I feel like it has fallen just a teeny bit, so not amazing and spectacular. A a little underwhelmed by this mascara. It will be great for a first coat when I'm wearing lashes, but it just didn't give that initial bam boldness with the color, with the application, but it definitely would be something I could use easily for just applying on the lash before I put on falsies. This is the third time I'm wearing the falsies, so I usually can get anywhere from 5 to 7 wears. If I treat them gently, I take off the excess glue that builds up on the lash, so I do love a good false lash. And let's talk about this palette. I think the eyeshadow look came out very glam, but very pretty. I'm really impressed. I am not normally that neutral girly, but I like how this eye look turned out. I can't wait to play with the purples in this palette because they are just calling my name. And even seeing what these greens look like, might be fun to just play around with this. So this will be featured in my daily beauty stories coming up. Now the lip, although it quite doesn't go with this look today, I'm really loving it. I love this prune color in the NYX lip liner. I am loving this rum raisin color and this holographic, like, we have curled hair, we have sprayed, I've taken some drinks of water, and it's still holding up pretty nice. Really impressed. They had quite a few color variations of this, so might be adding these to my collection, a few more of these, because I just love the sparkle and the bling that it brings to the lips without any grittiness. Now, normally these glitter type of glosses can tend to leave some grit on your lips, but this, nope. I am loving it. So there is my LA Colors try-on haul. And I will have to say, overall, I'm not disappointed. I think that a little bit of playing with these a little bit more and figuring out how they work best, these are not too bad. For under $5 for all of the LA Color stuff, and probably most of them are under $2, I have to say I'm impressed. So I just want you to know again how grateful I am that you take your time to watch. And if you've watched this video to the end, I'd love for you to put a lipstick emoji, because these particular videos tend to be mostly uncut. I just free flow with my opinions and talk, and so they tend to be more uncut and more of a get ready with me style. And so I would love to have that lipstick emoji and just tell you how grateful I am that you're part of my community, part of my family. I love that you guys take the time to comment. I love that you take the time sometimes to tell me, yeah, maybe that didn't work. I'm really okay with that, as you do it in a very loving and constructive way. But I'm grateful, I'm humble, I'm so thankful for the opportunity to be able to share with you the things that I love, makeup and fashion, and just a love for encouraging women to feel better about themselves, to shine, to just really allow the woman you were created to be, the woman you are inside, to just radiate out through the way you put on your makeup and the way you get dressed every day. So every piece of makeup in your collection serves a purpose, and together they create a beauty story. So why not be intentional and playful and bold and confident and create a beauty story that you will love?